starting the day's morning class on our knees, sitting on a cushion or with your feet underneath, or the cushion underneath your feet. So you can decide. Your knees are together and you're resting your hands on your thighs. Sitting up tall with a nice long spine, crown of the head towards the ceiling. Now, like everything in yoga, if it gets too much on your knees, then just swing your feet out to the side and sit on your sit bones with your feet out in front in cross-leg position. So sitting here, we're going to close our eyes. We're going to start by breathing. Just like everybody in this world, for most of us, we've had a busy morning. We've had our own rituals that we do from the minute we get up until we arrive on our mat. So all that is now in the past. And what you have prepared for the rest of your day is in the future. So all we can focus on is the here and now. And we're here for our practice of yoga, our physical practice. So let's just center ourselves to begin with a few grounding breaths. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. Hard your lips inside out. Two more just like that. Fill up your lungs, breathe in. Hard your left side out. And one more. Deep breath in. Hard your left side out. Now close your mouth. Breathe in and out through your nose. And you want to find a nice, elongated, equal breath. And an equal breath in yoga is called Samavritti. Sama meaning equal and vritti meaning variations. So we want to also, with our breathing is straight away connected to our nervous system. And we have two systems. The nervous system is all connected to our breath, and you've got your parasympathetic nervous system and your sympathetic nervous system. Your sympathetic meaning your fight or flight, go, 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 and your parasympathetic is your rest and recover, relaxing. At the start of the class, we want to somewhat center ourselves, but then we also want to get our body ready, prepare our body physically for our practice of yoga. So we want to engage our sympathetic nervous system. So to do that, we have short breaths. We breathe in for 3 or 4 and breathe out for 3 or 4. And when it comes to the end of the class, when we want to engage our parasympathetic, we breathe in for 8 and exhale for 8. So settling down the nervous system. So you want to practice breathing in for a count of 3, breathing out for a count of 3 or 4, whichever feels good for you. And equal lengths. And just notice your breath as you do. Find where you follow your breath into your body. Any pauses in your breath. Is it easier to breathe in than out and vice versa? Check it into yourself. Everybody's different, everybody's unique. Notice if you're holding any tension in your body. Has the tension creeped into your shoulders, into your chest, into your heart, fingers, arms? And just allow the breath to settle everything down. Take a breath in, and on the exhale, I want you to bow your chin into your chest. Try to keep the spine nice and long, just stretching the back of the neck. Then follow your nose over to your right shoulder, and then lift your nose up to the right ceiling, keeping your eyes closed, all the way to the center, left ceiling, left shoulder, back down to the floor, and then do it again on the other side, so left shoulder, all the way around. drop your right ear to your right shoulder, and then left. Right and left. Back to center. Now we're going to make 2 fists, arms down by your side, and I want you to rotate your shoulder cuff inwards. So you'll notice with your fist, when you rotate your shoulders in, your hands will rotate away. So bring in your fists into your body, or the back of your hands, sorry, into your body. And then rotate your shoulders away, and your hands will then automatically rotate. Keep an active arms, 2 fists, rotating in, rotating out. 2 more, in and out, in and out. And then release your fists and roll your shoulders. Big circles with the shoulders. Trying to keep sitting upright. 1 more. I want you to make cactus arms and bring your elbows back towards one another, so you're squeezing your shoulder blades together. And then you're going to close your cactus, bringing your elbows together and your palms. That's it. Breathing in, squeeze. Breathing out. 2 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep your cactus closed and take your right elbow over your left. Now take your right arm and wrap it around your left so that the 2 palms come together. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hold it here. Now you can stay here. This is enough. Breathe in, taking your fingers up, reaching up. And on the exhale, take your elbows into your belly. Now you're going to round your spine, creating space between your 2 shoulder blades. Breathe in, lift the fingertips up to the ceiling. This is Garudasana arms, eagle arms. Bringing your elbows into your belly. 1 more time. Stretching up and bring it back. Back to center. Unravel the arms, open your cactus. Squeeze the shoulder blades and close. 1 more. Breathe in, squeeze. Breathe out. Now we're going to take the left elbow over the right and wrap the left arm around the right. Hands come together. Now if it's too much, backs of the hands can press against one another. Lift it up, breathing in, or stay where you are. Exhale, elbows in. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Unravel, back to center, and release your hands to the floor. Now we're going to do seated cat and cow. So we're going to bring our heart, our front of our heart, to the back. So we're bringing our heart back, and with that you concave the front of your body, rounding your back body. Shoulders come forward, and your chin comes into your chest. So that's your cat part. Then we're going to bring the heart forward, pump it forward, shoulders back, and the tailbone goes back. Now throughout the class, I'm going to refer this little area here as your sexy bum, okay? Want of a better word. So this is where we're doing our sexy bum, and then as we tuck in our tailbone, we're hiding our bum, so the bum disappears. Bring in the heart back. So sexy bum, bring the tailbone back, heart forward, shoulders back, breathe, and I tuck the tailbone under, chin in. Okay, 1 more, let's have a peek. Breathing in, sexy bum, that's it. Breathing out, good. Good. Back to center. Now reach the arms all the way to the ceiling. Interlace your hands, rotate your palms, hug your shoulders up to your ears, breathing in, and breathing out slowly, lower the arms down to the floor. Now I want you to bring your fingertips, you're going to have to lean back your fingertips behind your hips, or even onto the cushion, and prong fingers. You're going to squeeze the shoulder blades and lift your heart to the ceiling. Just that micro back bend, not too much to begin with. That's it. Breathing in, breathing out. 1 more. Breathe in. And on the out breath, folding, leading with your heart, you're going to come all the way forward. Now plant your hands onto the mat, underneath your shoulders, fold all the way down. And then roll up. Start to tuck the tailbone under, roll up through your spine, with your head coming last, back to where we began. 1 more time. Lift the heart, micro back bend, stick out your sexy bum, lift your gaze and fold. Lead with your heart, and then you place your hands on the mat as you fold down. And then
once your forehead reaches the mat, tuck your tailbone under, your shoulders come forward, you round in cat, tuck, 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 rolling all the way up through your spine. Good, now we're going to come onto our hands and knees coming off these feet. So you might want to pat out the feet to get the blood circulation. So give them a little pat them out on our hands and knees and tabletop. Okay, and then if you want to stretch one leg right behind and circle one ankle, waking it up. The front of the foot is definitely stretched, and then circle in the other direction, and then change sides. Take the left leg out behind, circle one way, and then the other way. Good. And then come back to your hands and knees. So we have done quite a bit warm up of the spine so far. So once again, back to our cat-cow. We're lifting our sexy bum, tailbone up, head up, and dropping our belly button down to the floor, pushing the floor away, spreading the hands out wide, using the backs of the fingers and the thumb to press in, and then round. Chin comes in, tailbone comes in. Push the heart up towards the ceiling. Push your spine up towards the ceiling, tuck the tailbone under. Breathing in. Drop the belly button down, head up, tailbone up. Breathing out, round. Breathing in, belly button down, head up, tailbone up. Breathing out, round. Keep staying with your breath. One more. And then come back to center. Now if you find that you're very forward on your mat, just bring your legs, walk a little bit back so that you have space towards the front of your mat. You're going to walk your hands beyond your shoulders, so now your wrists are no longer underneath your shoulders. Okay, both hands, yeah. And then you're going to rock your body into your half plank. Half plank. So what we want to emphasize here is not this dropping of the pelvis, yeah? So we need to engage our core, super strong. Zip it up from your lower abdomen all the way up to the belly button. Zip, 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 zip. Draw the navel in. Don't allow the ribs to flare. Keep the ribs protecting all the organs. We're in our half plank. Now from here, back to our sexy bum. We're going to stick the tailbone back, and with this we'll create the motion of the body moving back all the way towards our heels. Now once we tap our heels with our sexy bum, we're going to then come into our cat, tuck the tailbone under. We're creating an undulating movement with our spine. The tailbone goes under, the chin comes in, and the wave of the body brings the torso forward back into our half plank. So we're going to do that a few times. So sexy bum, start with the sexy bum, sticking out the tailbone, pushing the mat away with your hands, bringing the torso back towards your heels. Once you arrive there, start to tuck it in. Tuck in, round your spine, chin in, working through the spine. Undulating waves, flowing back and forward. Tailbone back, head up, and then flow forward. And we're going to add to it. So once you come forward, everybody step forward in your half plank. And from here, so the arms are shoulder distance apart, we're going to do our yoga press down. So slowly lower the torso between our arms, elbows are in, and then push the floor away. Back to our wave. Tailbone comes back. Tailbone tucks, chin tucks. Push the body forward. Press down, elbows in, push the floor away. Back, tailbone. Stick it up to our heels. Round, coming forward, and the exhale. Breathe in as you lower. Breathe out as you push last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now we're going to sit back to our tabletop position. So the arms will still be on your shoulders. Okay. And then reach your arms a little bit further forward. Reach your arms a little bit further forward. Slowly from here, you're going to stick your sexy bum up towards the ceiling, dropping the belly button down, and then slowly lower, lower, lower. fingers, from the middle knuckle of your fingers, go beyond the front of your mat. Go beyond the front of your mat. This is coming into puppy dog pose. So we want to lower our heart down towards the floor, and with the fingers beyond the mat, you can grab a hold of the front of the mat, pulling the mat towards me, towards the front of the room, resting in the direction of your heart towards the floor. Your bum is sticking all the way up towards the ceiling. So this is a deep, deep, deep stretch for the shoulders, for the lumbar spine, the arms, and we hold it here. I know it's not the most comfortable feeling sensation in the world, but it's a really good one for opening up the shoulders. And a lot of the time, the mobility of the spine can also come from the shoulders, and it can also be restricted from the shoulders. So breathe. Now in this position, although everybody's heads is down, and that's okay, if you want to keep your head down, that is fine, but I must just indicate that we want to also work with the head looking up, so that you are stretching from your chin all the way to the heart. Breathe. 2 more. 1 more. On the exhale, press your elbows strongly into the mat. Using your forearms, you're bringing your body all the way forward, coming into lying on your belly. Well, essentially your quads and your hips are lying on the floor. And the rest, so the upper part of your ribs and your chest is away from the floor. You can keep looking down, and now release your mat. Hands and palms are flat. Elbows should be underneath your shoulders, and this is Sphinx pose. Now, to protect the lower back, the lumbar spine, we need to engage our tush, we need to engage our glutes. So squeeze the bum and press the front of your big toes into the mat, all the way to the little pinky toes into the mat. So squeeze the tush, press the front of the feet and the toes into the mat, so you're taking away the pressure from the lower back. Now in this position, you want to drive your elbows back. Now you're not moving them as such, the sensation is bringing them back so that your heart can come forward. And once you feel comfortable, then lift your gaze. Relax your shoulders, try not to hug or hold tension in the shoulders. Bring the shoulder girdle, the shoulder blades back and down the body. Good, I'm just having a peek. Beautiful. So we're squeezing the tush to super engage those glute muscles, the biggest muscle group in our body. So it takes a lot to really work the gluteus maximus, the minimus, and the piriformis. Keep breathing. 1 more breath. Breathe in, and on the out breath, all we're going to do is we're going to slide the hands back. We're keeping the torso where they are, so you really have to use those back muscles. Support the back muscles with your front muscles, so engage your belly, and slide your hands one at a time, either side of your chest. Pressing the feet into the mat, and then hobble the hands away from the floor. Stay there. Beautiful. If you can't do both, just do one. Gorgeous. Fantastic back muscles. Keep breathing. 1 more breath. And then from here, bring your hands, stack one on top of the other, and place your forehead on the back of your hands. Just wiggle your bum just to release that little bit of tension we've been engaging. And then come back to center. Back to the basic action of all our back extensions, and we do this throughout, but every time we lift our back or our legs, we want to tuck in the tailbone, so we're hiding our sexy bum. Draw the navel in a lot, squeeze the tush, breathe in, so that action is all done with the breath in, and on the exhale, lift your right leg a few inches away from the floor. Relax your upper body, so your shoulders and arms, relax it. Breathe in, hold the right leg lifted, and on the exhale, lower. Inhale, action in the tush. Tuck the tailbone, belly in, squeeze the tush, and breathe out. Lift the left leg a few inches away from the floor.
action, tailbone, belly. Exhale, lift both legs away from the floor.
Keep both legs extended. Breathe in, hold, squeeze the tush. Exhale, lower. Excellent. Now we're extending the arms away. Reaching the arms shoulder distance apart, palms facing one another, thumbs to the sky. Now I'm lifting my head so you can hear me.
So drop your forehead onto the mat.
Same action in the tush. Squeeze the belly in, tuck the tailbone, squeeze the tush. Lift your right arm away from the floor. Just the right arm. Breathe in, hold. Breathe out, lower. Breathe in, belly in, tailbone in. Exhale, lift the left. Breathe in, hold. Exhale, lower. Good. Breathe in. Action in the belly, the tush, the tailbone. Breathe out, lift both. Breathe in, hold. Feet down. Breathe out, lower. Good. Now we're going to do that one more time, but we're adding to it. So breathe in, action in the belly, the tailbone. Breathe out, lift. Lift both arms, and now lift your head. Swim both arms all the way behind, interlace your hands, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift your hands away from your lower bum, your back, and then lift your feet. Breathe in, squeeze. Breathe out, lower. Rest your hands one on top of the other. Wiggle your bum from side to side. So that's the best back muscle strengtheners that you can do for exercise-wise in yoga. So this is all about strengthening the back muscles and where to engage in the pelvis.
So one more breath. Breathe in, keep shaking, shake it out.
And on the out breath, slide your hands either side of your chest, tuck the toes of both feet under, push the floor away into your half plank, lift your knees plank. Lift your knees plank. So in our plank, we want the shoulder blades to spread apart. Spread apart the shoulder blades. Now lift your heart towards the ceiling. Lift your heart. Now if you find you're dipping in your lower spine, tuck in your tailbone. Tuck, 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 tuck. Tuck the tailbone in, so no sexy bump. That's it. Good. Belly in. Push the floor away with the hands. Magnetize the forearms towards one another. Lift the knees, squeeze the thighs. Good. Now from here, we're going to back to our wave. So bend the knees, bring the sit bones down to the heels. Down to the heels. Now lift your sexy bump all the way to the ceiling and undulate the spine coming forward into your plank. Bring your sit bones back to your heels. Lift your sexy bum and then push weave through your body coming forward into your plank. One more time. Bend your knees, sit back onto your heels. Lift your tailbone, lift your sexy bum, and then push, flowing through your spine, coming forward. And then lift your hips up to downward dog. Bend both knees deeply. Bend both knees deeply. Heels will be naturally lifted. Beautiful. Beautiful elongated spines. Now protect your organs. Bring your front ribs to your back ribs. Drop, no, front ribs, yes. Belly in. Sit bones to the sky. Good. Press your hands, spread your hands like a spider's web wide. And breathe. Now, if you want to move around in downward dog, start to bend one knee and straighten the other. So now you're just getting into the groove of the body. Feeling where it needs to be stretched and lengthened. And maybe if you want to add a little twist to your downward dog by bending both knees and pivoting on your feet, so then you can feel it along the left side body, back to center, and then twist over to the other side. So this is your practice, but do whatever feels good for you. And maybe you just want to bend the knees swiftly and move your bum from side to side. One more breath, and then we're coming to a static downward dog. And from here, bend both knees deeply, lift your gaze, a big step up with your right, big step up with your left. Feet hip distance apart, toes in line with heels. Bend your knees and stay folded. Now I want you to keep your knees bent and start to engage the glutes. Squeeze the glutes and the backs of the legs as you roll up through your spine. Don't straighten the legs. Keep them bent all the way. Stacking each vertebrae all the way to standing. Head coming last. Now with the knees bent, a little extension of the spine. Lift your heart, lift your gaze. We're going to hinge from our hips. Lead with our heart. So the hinge, we're folding, we're sticking out our sexy bum, and we're folding all the way over our thighs. With two bent knees, relax the arms, heart is leading, and then we fold, drop our head at the very end, and then start to roll up once again through the spine, just like we did when we were on our knees. Keep the knees bent, and now we've got our feet to use to hold us up. Lift our hearts, hinge at our hips, come forward once again. Lengthen your spine, bend your knees, folding, rest in your torso, on your thighs. Head comes last. One more time, roll up through your spine, engage your tush, press the big toes into the mat. All the way this time you can come straighten the knees. Bring your hands together into your heart. And Anjali Mudra, close your eyes and set your re-intention. Your Sankappa, a positive affirmation, and repeat it to yourself 3 times. Breathe in, and on the out breath, flutter your eyelids open. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the ceiling, looking up at your thumbs. Exhale, swan dive. Lead with your heart, folding over your 2 legs. Bend your knees so your hands can come to the floor. Half lift, straighten the legs, straighten the spine, lift up. Lift your gaze. I'll get my tongue straightened out. Press your hands into the mat. Then step back with your right foot. Step back with your left into your plank. Now we're going to try for plank to chaturanga rather than half plank. So from here, in our plank, shoulders are stacked above our wrists. Engage the belly. Press your ribcage down towards your hips so you're narrowing the space in the torso. Magnetize the 2 forearms and bend your elbows towards the back of your mat. Lower in chaturanga, elbows in, and then all the way to the floor. Point your toes, roll your shoulders back, draw the navel in, the action of the torso, tuck the tailbone under, then lift up into your cobra. Shoulders back and down, press in the hands strongly into the mat, thighs are on the mat, and then roll back down. Tuck the toes under, push the floor away half plank, lift the knees plank, lift the hips downward dog. Toes aligned with heels, knees are bent, hips are high, belly in, ribs in. Spread the hands. Drop through your arms, rotating the biceps slightly away from one another, creating space in your shoulder blades, between your shoulder blades, and breathe. One more time. Breathe in. And on the out breath, bend your knees, lift your gaze. Look where you're going to place your feet. Step up. 1, 2. Right, then left. Forward fold. And then straighten the legs, straighten your spine, half lift, just like you do in table. So you need to engage your core. And then bend your knees, fold. Inhale, reach all the way up to the ceiling. Extended mountain. Exhale, hands to your heart. Round 1, side 2. Inhale, reach. Exhale, swan dive. Lead with your heart. Bend your knees to reach the floor. Half lift, straighten the spine, straighten the legs. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back, 1, 2, plank. From here, it's not as slow as the previous one. Chaturanga. So shoulders don't go below your elbows. Hover for a moment and then lower all the way down. Point your toes, roll the shoulders back, squeeze the tush, lift the heart, cobra, Bhujangasana. Lower back down, tuck the toes under, push the floor away, elbows in, lift the knees, lift the hips, stepping up, a little bit, because you find that when you're in plank and moved from plank to downward dog, your feet might be too far back. So you can do that little adjustment on your first breath. So, in our downward dog, and even throughout our practice, so we worked on Samavriti, equal breath, and now we want to work our Ujjayi breath, our victorious breath, narrowing and restricting the back of the throat, creating that audible sound. And this will assist with the energy in our body, retaining the energy, keeping the body nice and warm so that we can work our muscles even deeper and stronger. And it also helps with mental clarity, so that we're not filling our minds with lots of thoughts of, this is really hard, how long more is she going to make me hold this? I'm shaking, is anybody else shaking? I'm feeling really hot. One more breath, breathe in, bend your knees, lift your gaze, look where you're going to place your feet, step up, 1, 2, left, right, half lift, exhale, fold, inhale, extended mountain, exhale to your heart, round 2, side 1, inhale, exhale, allow it to flow, Ujjayi breath, inhale, half lift, exhale, 1, 2, inhale, chaturanga, exhale, cobra, inhale, back to your plank, exhale, downward dog, 5 breaths, inhale, exhale, slow, steady, Ujjayi, inhale, 2, exhale, do your anatomy scan from your hands to your feet, inhale, 3, keep your knees bent to lengthen the spine, exhale, inhale, 4, exhale, inhale, 5, and on the exhale, bend your knees, lift your gaze, step up, 1, 2, inhale, half lift, exhale, fold, inhale, extended mountain, exhale to your heart, round 2, side 2, inhale, extended mountain, exhale, swan dive, inhale, half lift, exhale, fold, step back, 1, 2, plank, inhale, chaturanga, exhale, cobra, inhale, back to your plank, exhale, downward dog. Good. Inhale, 1. Exhale. Inhale, 2. Exhale. Inhale, 3. Exhale, feet hip distance apart, a wee bit narrower. Inhale, 4, a wee bit narrower. Exhale. Inhale, 5. And on the exhale, bend your knees, lift your gaze. And if you want to try for a little change, try and just do a little hop or a little jump to the front of your mat. So rather than step, you push up the front of the feet and then a little hop to the front. Half lift, straighten the spine, straighten the legs. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extend the mountain. Exhale to your heart. Vinyasa to downward dog. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, half lift. Exhale. Now we jumped up. Let's have we try jumping back. So squeeze the legs together. You're taking the weight onto the hands. You push off the feet and jumping back into your plank. Bend the elbows, chaturanga. Shoulders no lower than your elbows. Lower all the way down. And normally we do upward dog. We're just doing cobra today. Roll the shoulders back, elbows in, lift the heart, squeeze the tush, melt the chest back down, tuck the toes under, push up, half plank, plank, downward dog. Okay, first sequence of our flow. We're going to take the right leg up to the sky. So take the weight over to your left foot and balancing on the left foot, the right leg, upper leg, right leg goes up to the sky. There you go. Now, from here, that right leg has to go underneath our body. So it's going to go from the sky, you bend your knee into your chest, And then you swivel on that left foot and bring the right leg through. And this is called fallen triangle. Now this left hand can stay on the floor, or you can reach it up to the ceiling. Fallen triangle. Good. Drop that left hand back down, and we're going to pivot again all the way around. So this left leg is going to come back, lifting up the left heel, and then you bring it around all the way to leave your left bum cheek onto the floor. Yeah, pivot all the way around, that's it. So you bring, if you want to have a quick peek at how I've done that, so we went from here, and we bring it round to here, okay? So we're preparing the body now for rock star. So we're going to take the weight onto this left hand, point your left toe, push off the floor with your right foot. So push and keep that left leg straight. You can now flex that left foot and reach that right arm up and over, up and over. So it's the right knee bent, the left leg is straight, right arm up and over. Now from here we're going to do a big swivel. This right foot is going to push off to the top of your mat. Okay? So I'll quickly show you if you got it. So we went from here to here. Big push off. And then we're going to lift all the way up to crescent. Up to crescent. Okay. Now with too much with the arms to the sky, you can bring your hands to your waist. This is crescent. All 10 toes facing the front of your mat. Hips are square underneath your shoulders. Okay? Now from crescent, we're going to drop that back heel, rotate it round into warrior two. Front knee doesn't move. So it's the left heel drops, left hip, left shoulder. And then rotate your gaze round to the right. Try to get that 90-degree angle with your right knee and keep your right knee over your right ankle. Beautiful. Perfecto. Okay, shoulders. Breathe in, and on the out breath, relax the shoulders, keep the arms up. Don't drop the arms, because we're strengthening our triceps, our biceps. Now, remember our sexy bum? We don't want the sexy bum. We want to hide the bum. Hide the bum. Jaw, zip up from your perineum to your belly button. That's it, good. And breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. One more. Set that where we were today. Now, from our warrior two, we're going to move to the back of our mat. So this right arm is going to bring the energy from the front of the room, and we're going to pivot on the feet and bring our energy, push it to the back. Push it to the back. Okay, bend it into that left knee. Left knee, good. Then we're going to step up with the back foot into a squat. So bring the back foot to the front foot. Okay, and then take a little step back because we need space onto our mat. Good. So in our squat, we don't want the sexy bum. We want to hide the bum. Tuck it in. Squeeze the legs together. Toes, knees together, legs together. Beautiful. Beautiful. No sexy bum. Okay, good. From here, we're going to bring our hands to our waist. And then slowly we're coming onto our hunkers. So lower, lower, lower. Sit bones down towards our heels. And then drop our knees to the mat. Bring the knees hip distance apart. On top of your toes. No, actually, do keep your toes tucked under. Video. Keep your toes tucked under. This is called Ustrasana. Camel pose. Zip up the front line of your body. So a little. Draw that navel in, ribs in. Reach back with that right hand to your right heel. Put your fingertips on the heel and reach your left arm up. So you're extending the upper body and you're bringing your pelvis, your front body forward and lengthening your back body. Good. And then change. The left arm goes down and the right arm goes up. Left hand to the heel, right arm to the ceiling. Beautiful. Breathe in, breathe out. One more time each side. Breathe in. Keep bringing the pelvis forward. Breathe out, change. Breathe in, reach back, reach up. Breathe out, release. Hands to the floor. Hands to the floor. Lift up the knees, step up, back on your mat as you come off your mat, into our downward dog. to the ceiling. The foot is at the ceiling. You're going to bend that knee, bring the knee into the chest, into the belly, and bring it through, underneath. Bring it across. Now your right hand can stay on the mat and drop the right knee, or if you want to bring that right hand up to the ceiling, keep lifting your hips, don't let the hips drop. Then place that right hand down. That left leg that's underneath, you're going to sweep it all the way over the right, bringing the left foot to the mat. Flex the right foot, yeah, bring the right one cheek to the floor. I'm going to move again. You should do two of me. Right hand underneath the right shoulder, then push off the left foot. We're taking it slow this first round. And lift, lift, lift. This is called rock star. Reaching back with this left hand, trying to touch the floor. Okay, now look down at your right hand. Look, look, look. You're going to lift that left foot and push it off, stepping up to where your right hand is in that direction. Beautiful. Now lift both hands up to the ceiling. Crescent. Crescent. Now your ribs are in, belly is in. You should feel a nice stretch in that right hip flexor, right thigh. Beautiful. Good legs. Beautiful, everyone. Now from here, boom, warrior two. Left knee doesn't move. Right shoulder, right hip, right knee rotates. And then adjust. Shoulders above your hips. So you're creating a rectangle with the torso. Shoulders away from your ears. Palms face down. Left big toe pressed into the mat. Left heel into the mat. Gorgeous. No sexy bum. Tuck it in. And breathe. Ujjayi. Silence the mind. It settles the nervous system. Breathe in for 4 and out for 4. Keep opening up that knee. Don't allow that knee to come in. Good. I know we're working the quads strong. Big muscles in the legs. One more breath. Breathe in. And from here, we're going to take the energy from the back through. So grab the energy in your fist. Now bring it with you all the way into your heart. And then release it to the front of the room. Release it to the front of the room. Good. Now we're going to take a big step up. Grab the energy with both hands and lift it all the way up to the ceiling. Squeeze. Squeeze. You want to be back onto your mat. So if you're too far forward, step back. You're going to come onto your knees. One more breath. Breathe in. No sexy bum. And on there, breath. Now this time we're going to just try and not use our arms. So lower, lower, lower. Squeeze the legs together. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Drop into our knees. Now, we're going to try the double version of Ustrasana. We did the single version. The double version. If it's too much, go back to the single. So this is single. The double. Tuck in. Zip up your front midline. All the way up to your sternum. Draw that navel in. Reach your right hand back to your heel. And then your left hand back to your heel. Once you reach your heels, squeeze the shoulder blades and bring your hips forward and your heart forward, and you can take your gaze or your nose to the ceiling. Keep squeezing. If it's too much, stick to the single. Ustrasana. We're going to hold it here. 4 more breaths. Fantastic. Keep squeezing those shoulder blades back. This is why we did our rotations this morning on our knees. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Remember our cactus arms. Beautiful. Keep breathing. Keep bringing the pelvis forward. Keep drawing the navel in. 1 more breath. Breathe in. And on the out breath, slowly release. Bring in your hands super slow, no sudden movements. When we do extension of the spine, you take everything slow. And then lift the heels, stepping back into your downward dog. Holding it here. Breathe. Okay, so we're going to repeat the exact same sequence. We're going to not hold it as much, we're going to flow more freely now that we have it in our body. And if you go wrong, so what? So what, so what, so what? It's only yoga. 1 more breath. Breathe in. And on the out breath, take the weight to the left, release the right leg to the ceiling. Breathe in, take the knee to your chest. Breathe out, take it underneath. And release the left hand to the ceiling, looking up. Breathe in, breathe out. Left hand to the mat, pivot and circle. Over the top. Breathe in,
Breathe out, lift, hips, rock star. Breathe in, breathe out, push, stepping up into your runner's lunge. Breathe in, hold, breathe out, crescent. Breathe in, hold, squeeze, warrior two. Breathe out. Breathe in, hold, get your squeezing, get your energy into your right hand, and then bring it back. Release to the back. Step up into your squat. Into your squat. Take a step back, and then lower onto your knees. Toes can be tucked, or if you want to work even deeper, you can flatten the feet. Reaching back with the right hand. Toes are tucked, or toes are flat. Left hand. Bring in the chest, bring in the hips forward, squeeze the shoulder blades, nose to the ceiling. Squeeze that tush like never before. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Keep the toes tucked, or just do one arm. These are all options to you that are available to you. Breathe, do Strasana. One more. Remember, we release and we go super slow. Breathe out, slowly release. Bring in your hands, super slow to the mat. And then lift your knees. Walk your hands, walk your body back into your downward dog. One breath in. And on the out breath, take the weight to the right foot, left leg to the ceiling. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, take your knee to your chest. Take it underneath, all the way across, all in triangle. So drop that back knee, drop it to the floor, twist, that's it. Reach the right arm to the ceiling, beautiful. Bring the right hand back down to the mat, swing that right leg all the way through, or left leg, sorry. Left knee to the ceiling, and then push off the floor with your left foot. Reach, 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 back, 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 good, beautiful. Drop that left hand down, step up, swing that left foot all the way around and up to the back of your mat. That's it. Yep, that's it. Left foot. Yep, that's it. And then crescent. Crescent. Breathe in. Breathe out. Warrior two. Breathe in. Now, in that breath, you fix your body. You tuck in your tailbone. Relax your shoulders. Grab the energy. Bring it through. Past your heart. Bring it to the front. And then release. Step up. Grab the energy again with both hands into your squat. Stepping back. And then boom, onto your knees. Into camel. Toes tucked, toes flat. One arm, two arms. Squeeze. Pelvis forward, heart forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Lift your gaze. We hold it here because we don't rush. Camel. Try to stay with your breath. And if you need to take a break at all, you go into child's pose. Child's pose. One more. Breathe in. And on the out breath, release. And then just take a little break here. Sit back onto your heels. And then we're going to make two fists. Place one on top of the other. And place your forehead on top of the fist. And then just shake your bum from side to side. Shake your bum from side to side. And then flatten your palms, one on top of the other. Bring your forehead onto the back of your hands and then shake it out from side to side. One more breath. Breathe in. And on the out breath, back to center. Bring your hands either side of your knees. Push the floor away. Tuck the toes under. Stepping up into your downward dog. Up into your downward dog. Take a deep breath in. And on the out breath, wait till your left foot, right leg to the ceiling. Right leg to the ceiling. This is second sequence. Bring your right knee to your nose. Right knee to your nose. And step up with your right foot between your hands. This is second sequence. A new flow. Into a runner's lunge. Press your right big toe, your right heel into the mat. And then push up into crescent. Into crescent. So hips are square, shoulders are square. Now we're going to do something a little bit different here. We're going to do our cat cow that we've been working on from this morning, from our knees all the way up to standing. So we're going to move back into our cactus arms. I'm going to turn to the side for this one. This is where you need your block on the outside edge of your left foot.
So we're moving into our cactus arms, and I want you to stick out your sexy bum. Bring your heart forward and stick out your sexy bum. Now, from here, all we're doing is going to straighten the arms and straighten the leg. No more sexy bum, okay? And then from here, you're going to bring the energy forward, push the energy, and then heart goes back into our cat with 2 straight legs. Push the energy forward, heart goes back, tuck in the tailbone. Then back into our bent, present legs, bent front knee, squeeze back to your sexy bum, heart forward, shoulder blades. Breathe out, push, bring the energy forward, heart back. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, straighten. One more time. Inhale, cactus, bend front knee. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, cactus, and then lower the left knee to the mat. Lower the left knee to the mat. Reach back with your left hand to touch your block that you have to the left side of your foot. And then reach that right arm up. Right arm up. Now you're starting to twist, looking round to your left. Just trust your body. Now really ground into that right big toe. So from here, I'm going to move. Just hold it there for a second. Untuck your left toe. Untuck your left toe. Then we're going to keep moving round. This right shoulder is going to come forward, and the left foot pivots back. So there's a rotation going round of the right shoulder left. And then you ignore the block and take your hands to the floor. Now, what happens from here? I'm going to move up so you can see. From here, we're turning around onto our plank, but we're taking that left knee to the bum. Left knee to the bum. Keep that left knee beside the right knee. Left knee beside the right knee. So you're in your plank, and then we're moving from plank to downward dog. Keep the left knee to the bum. Knees are together. Left knee to the bum, knees are together. Then from here, undulate the spine, like we did earlier, coming forward into our plank. And then lower the hips into an upward dog. Left knee to the bum. And then back, sexy bum to the sky. Knees together, heel to the bum. And then come forward into your plank, undulate the spine, and then lower all the way, hips to the floor, lifting the heart up, upward dog, 2 more. Undulate, back, sexy bump up, and then tuck it in. Tuck in your heart, round your shoulders, and then lower the hips, lift the heart, lift your gaze, left foot to the bum. Last time, all the way back to the ceiling. Now come forward into your plank and drop that knee where we started. So the knee is rotated. Lift that right hand to the ceiling. This is that half side plank. And then push off the floor, back to the front of the room, into your runner's lunge. So you're pivoting, pivoting, pivoting. Back to your runner's lunge. Step back plank. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. You're moving to the other side. Now grab your block and place it to the right side. Okay. Weight to your right foot. Left leg to the ceiling. Take your left knee to your nose and step up. Frame your foot with your hands. Round into the left big toe, left heel. Reach the arms up to the ceiling. Crescent. Cactus arms. Sexy bum. Lift your heart. Lift your gaze this time if you can. Exhale, straighten left leg. Push the energy forward with the hands and bring the heart back. Inhale, cactus. Sexy bum, lift your gaze. Exhale, look down. Hands forward. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, straighten one more time. Inhale, cactus. The toes are working like mad, guys. That's how it'll help you keep your balance. Press the big toe in, straighten. Now, as you move into cactus arms, bend the front knee, drop the back knee to the mat. Reach back with the right hand and untop your right toes. Right hand. Reach the left hand up. Now you're starting to rotate. Left shoulder and the right foot at the same time. Pivots. Rotating. Move the block to one side. Hands to the floor. Now you're coming into a plank with your knees together and your right heel is tied to the bum. Right heel to the bum. Now lift it up to the
in your hips into downward dog. Then tuck in your tailbone, undulate the spine forward, coming into your one-legged plank, dropping your hips to the floor, upward dog, heel to the bum. Heel to the bum. Now, stick out your bum, push the floor away into your upward dog. Tuck the tailbone under. I know this is super hard. Engaging the belly. Trust me, your back will feel it tomorrow. All the back bulging muscles, you'll be Arnold Schwarzenegger. And then push sexy bum up to the ceiling. Keep that heel to the bum, knees together. Last time. Float. Undulate. Think of the waves in the ocean coming forward. Lower the hips. Shoulders to the ceiling. Good. Not to the ears. And then back for the very last time. Drop that right knee to the mat. Rotate the right foot. And then push off the floor. Well, actually, no, your half plank. Push off the floor with the right hand. Start to bend into that left knee. Pivoting. Drop the toes of the right foot under. Straighten the leg. And then step back. Plank. Vinyasa. Chaturanga. Upward dog or cobra. Shoulders away from the ears. Tuck the toes under. Downward dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Breathe in. And on the out breath, drop both knees to the mat. Option here to come to the seated position is to cross the feet. Walk the hands in and bring the legs through. Out straight to the front. Now, we're coming into bridge practice. Scoot your bum to the front of your mat, knees are bent, hip distance apart. And then we're going to lower all the way onto our backs. Onto our backs. With control, engage in the belly. And once you arrive all the way onto your back, bring your heels up towards your sit bones. And with your hands, reach down with your fingertips touching your heels if you can. Once they touch your heels, keep your hands where they are and just bring your feet a wee bit away from your hands, bringing them forward, like an inch forward from your hands. Okay. Have a quick pick up and make sure your knees are hip distance apart. You're engaging your center. So before we're going to lift it to bridge into Setu Bandha, I want you to think into the spine first. So starting with the shoulders, relax the shoulders, relax the upper back. You'll find that natural curve in your lower spine. So I want you to bring your belly button in and your front ribs to your back ribs. So now you should start to feel no gap in your lumbar spine and your lower back. And now to do that, to keep that there, you're starting to engage your hamstrings. So they're starting to tighten and engage. And then I want you to bring your awareness to the soles of your feet. Press the big toes into the mat. Press the heels into the mat. Press it so much that you have no option but to start to tuck in your tailbone. Tuck your tailbone in a lot. Even more, to the point now that's lifted away from the floor, peeling the rest of your bum away from the floor. Your hamstrings are now really engaged, and lift. Pelvis away, lower back away, middle back away, all the way to the ceiling. Now, to bring your heart in the direction of your chin, because you don't move your nose in this position, I want you to push your feet even more towards me, towards the front of the room. Push your feet towards me and lift your pelvis even higher. Now your bum muscles and your hamstrings might be screaming at that stage. That's okay, it's not going to last forever. Now from here, I want you to roll your shoulders underneath each other. So your right shoulder rolls underneath your right, left underneath your left. And bring your hands underneath your bum and interlace your hands. Interlace. Now bring your interlaced fingers towards your heels. Bring your interlaced fingers towards your heels. Roll those shoulders in. You're squeezing the shoulder blades together. Imaginary golden peak being held between your shoulder blades. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Beautiful. Keep breathing. It's not going to last forever. One more breath. Breathe in and on the out breath. Release your hands from each other. Untuck your shoulders. Think into the upper back and slowly lower one vertebrae at a time. One vertebrae at a time. Now normally in a back extending class, we work towards wheel. Wheel is Dhanurasana, which is, you know, a high bridge onto your hands and onto your feet. So we'll do the prep work for wheel, and at no stage do you have to go into full wheel if you don't feel right about it. It is optional. It's not one of my favourite poses for myself, my own body to do. It takes a lot of strength in your shoulders and your arms to hold the position. So, just to prep the body, in the same position which you are at, if you want to have a look up, you want to bring your hands either side of your head with your fingers coming into your body, heels of the hands towards the shoulders. So you're like this. Yes, sorry, I said that wrong. Fingers towards your shoulders and heel of the hand towards the back of your mat. I stand corrected. Okay, you hug the elbows in, okay, and you push into the hand. We'll not do this now, just let me explain it first. You push into the hands and bring the crown of your head, which is the top of your head, to the mat. Now I'll correctly down and straight, okay? So you're in bridge, your hands come to in the right placement, either side of your head. You draw the navel in, you do the same action as you did with the bridge pose, top, 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 top. And then you push into the floor with your hands and bring the top of your head into the mat. Now this might be enough for you. This might be sufficient for you today. And then to come out of that, you bring the back of the head back down, slowly, back to where you started with your bridge, and then lower, 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 lower. Now, if you want to give the full position a whirl, you same start, tuck in, flatten your back, lift your pelvis away from the floor, bring the top of the head, and then push away from the floor, squeezing the tush. Coming in, and then going back down the same way, and just speed it up a little bit, okay? You are more than welcome to go back into bridge, not do wheel at all, or just give it a whirl, you never know. I know you like bridge. Or you like weight, don't you, Trish?
No.
Not today?
I can never get up anymore.
Oh, can you not? Because I thought that you always said
I
weight.
can get to the head bit, but I can't. And anyway, I can only think of Madonna at the concert. She just dropped into wheel from standing. And I hate her. I just thought, I hate you.
She's a stand girl, level 3.
She was singing, and then she put that in, and she just.
I think we're a few weeks away from that.
Yes. Next week, with the next
I don't have long enough to live.
From handstand. Let's do it from handstand. Okay, right, let's give it a whirl, and if not, that's okay. Just do your bridge again. Coming onto the crown of the head. And then if you have the strength in the arms, hug those elbows in. That's why I'm always forever shouting about the elbows. Hug them in, and then lift. That's brilliant, Stephen. Even there, fantastic. Look at that. Picture perfect. Beautiful.
He's left.
Slowly, with concentration, because you don't want to pop any. That's it, good. And I should have also mentioned, anything to do with extending and back bending in yoga is also called heart openers, okay? So like we did in the cactus, we're opening up our hearts. And what that also does, I'm just giving you a little warning, is that it opens up the floodgates. So it frees up emotions that are maybe locked inside the body. So you might be watching an ad later on today.
Cry again.
And then it might be a dog running through the field and going, oh, that's the most beautiful dog I ever seen. So this is just giving you the heads up. Oh my God, it's like, yeah, that's connected. So just like your twist last week was all connected to, you maybe sweated a lot more in that class than you did in this class because you're wringing out the toxins and you were probably really thirsty and you drank loads and you went to the toilet loads. Well, that was as a result of doing twists.
I think I cried then as well.
That's okay. But yeah, so all the actions in yoga has different effects on the body. So this is one of the, anyway, finish talking, Marla. We have arrived back on our mats. We're going to walk our feet to the edge of the mat. The knees are still pointed to the ceiling. The knees now come in together. We're going to just do a neutralizing of the core and of the spine. Slide your arms just no higher than your shoulders. And then just drop those knees over to the right. Now they're not stacked on top of one another. They're just loosely going to the right, into center and over to the left. So this is called window wiping. And it neutralizes the core and the spine. So it's nice and gentle spinal release. Waving from side to side. chest, give your knees a well-deserved hug, and rock your body from side to side. Engaging your core, come back to center, bring your hands underneath your knees, and use it from your knees down to your ankles, roll up all the way to seated, and if you want to grab your jumpers for your relaxation, raise the windows. Finding your way back into Shavasana. Closing your eyes. And back at the start of the class, we worked on Sama breathing, equal length breaths. We did a count of 3 or 4. But now we want to increase our count to at least 8, at the very minimum 8. 8 would be your basic level. Moving up all the way to 15 would be your intermediate level. And moving up to 20 would be your advanced level. So breathing in for 8 and exhaling for 8. So now we're connecting to our parasympathetic nervous system. Opportunity, if you're practicing at home or wherever you are, just allow, give yourself permission to relax. Taking your awareness to the back of your head, relax the back of your head, crown of your head, sides of your head, forehead. Relax your fine lines, your eyebrows, eyebrow center, eyelids and eyes, nose, nostrils, cheeks, ears, upper lip, lower lip, teeth, tongue, jaw and chin. Relax your throat and your neck, tops of your shoulders, collarbones, chest, heart. Relax your ribs, your torso, your belly, belly button, your hips and your pelvis, thighs, knees, shins, ankles, tops of your feet, your 10 toes, soles of your feet, heels, calves, backs of your knees, hamstrings, buttocks. Relax your lower back, your middle back, your shoulder blades, your upper back, shoulders, armpits, upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, heel of your hands, thumbs, forefinger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, the back of your hands, and palm of your hands. Both arms, both legs, torso and head, relaxed, every muscle, ligament, tendon, fascia, every organ, every cell, and your whole skin, relaxed. Melting into your mat, molded into the floor. I am breathing in. I am breathing out. I asked the farmer, how does the corn remain so tall against the storm, the rain, and wind? To which he replied, because their roots run deep. So I thought about bones, I thought about my parents, I thought about what it means to grow in both directions. also receive. How the hermit crab, once grown too big for its home, leaves it for another to use. How transition requires vulnerability. How the world is littered with empty cocoons left behind by people just like you and me, who have healed themselves by healing others. For the flower to live, the seed must die. And even now, as your perpetual awakening threatens to dispel current illusions of safety, a larger reality beckons you both forward and inward, deeply rooted in the truth of love, withstanding any storm. Trust in the process. Surrender, be, and breathe. Taking your awareness back to your breath. Your in-breath, filling and expanding your body. And your out-breath, letting go, contracting. Becoming aware of your body, lying on your mat, on the floor, and the parts of your body connected to your mat, the space that your body takes up on the floor and your surroundings, the studio. Tuning into the sounds that you can hear. And taking your awareness to your hands and to your feet. Start to waken up your body, bringing energy back in. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. And then relax your hands and your feet. And engage in your tummy a little. Slide your heels one at a time up to your sit bones, knees to the ceiling. And when you're ready, taking your knees into your chest, holding onto the tops or underneath your knees. Lengthen your spine and rock your body from side to side. Coming back to center, reach your right arm up and over your head. Slowly, gently roll it over to your right side, keeping your eyes closed. Resting your right side of your head on your upper arm. Left hand on the floor, in front of your heart. And when you're ready, slowly push the floor away, coming up into a seated position. Spine is nice and long and tall, bringing your hands together and praying, rubbed with heat. Place your warm palms over your eyes. Open your eyes behind your hands. Squeeze them shut open. Squeeze them shut open. Look up, look down, look to the right, to the left. Rotate clockwise, anti-clockwise. And then close them again behind your palms as you bring your palms together in front of your heart. Sitting up tall, take a moment to repeat your Sankalpa, your positive affirmation. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, bow your chin into your chest. Turn the corners of your mouth up to your eyes, flutter your eyelids open. Namaste. Thank you. So if anybody finds another word instead of sexy bun,